to do the full broadcast, so I'm sorry to all of you that were here earlier. I was basically unable to figure it out, but I got it figured out now, and we should be good. So just going to wait for some of you to get in here. Going to discuss some critical issues. Hey guys, I got things figured out, so we'll be good this time. Shouldn't have to shut down for whatever reason. So just going to wait for some of you guys to get in here. I guess we're going to talk about whatever you guys want to, really. I have a few things I do want to bring up. I was talking about them in the previous broadcast, but I'll go through them again here. We're going to talk today about what's going on in my home nation. For those of you who don't know, I'm a Canadien. So, I'm not too pleased with what's taking place here in my home nation with the liberal agenda and how they're trying to push their garbage onto us. And it's going to have some devastating effects to my nation long term. So I want to discuss that. The Islamophobia law that's been put in, M103. Also, if you guys have any questions, while we're doing the broadcast and discussion, feel free to drop them. Broadcasting here on YouNow, so if you're actually watching me from YouTube, I'm not going to be able to see your comments, but you are invited if you want to come over here to YouNow. You can go ahead and leave questions here by coming to the desktop part of the site, or they also have a mobile app, so you can go ahead and just get your app and join us over here. But we're going to be discussing some very critical things today, and I'm excited to see you all joining us here in what I believe is a very, very important broadcast. So one way to stay in touch with me will be this app, so I'll be broadcasting. For those of you who are on YouNow, you've noticed since yesterday I kind of take you behind the scenes, and we're going to be doing some broadcasts a little different than this one. This one's a little bit of a podcast style, so I'm doing kind of what I would be doing on YouTube, but through YouNow. So we'll try this out, see how it works. It's kind of cool on YouNow. You guys can become fans and rank yourselves, and I can get to know you that way, and makes you kind of stand out, and we can get to know each other. So, but yeah. What I'm going to do is just get right into it. I don't know if there are any other Canadians in here with me, but this is a critical issue to the nation, and it's ultimately so important. And it grieves my heart because, ironically enough, I went to a school and I was French. And one thing about being French, especially in the Quebec area here, they're very patriotic. I don't know if you heard about the Quebec province in Canada a long time ago wanting to separate. Well, that's like an hour away from me. And the reason they wanted to separate is because they were feeling that their culture and their identity as French people was not being recognized. Okay, so just as a French Canadian, we are all about protecting our heritage. And I went to a school, and how every school has you're either a devil sometimes, your mascot's a devil, so you're a devil, or you're a raider or something like that. Well, we were patriots. That's who we were. So it's always been kind of ingrained in me, the importance of defending a nation and protecting its cultural identity and heritage. And what we see right now is that is under attack. That's exactly what this is under attack. My prime minister, an SJW, complete liberal lunatic, went as far as saying that Canada, my nation, has no identity. We have no core identity. No, Trudeau, we do. We have a core identity. We most certainly do. And what he's trying to do by saying, Canada has no identity, is give us over to multiculturalism. And multicultural diversity is not a strength. Even though the Canadian Prime Minister and government repeats this over and over, you'll hear this, the Liberals, diversity is Canada's strength, diversity is Canada's strength. Well, do any study on cultures and societies and nations that have taken on this cultural diversity. Doesn't work out, okay? So we actually do need to protect our borders. We do need to stand for Canadian heritage and who we are as a people and protect that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, with people coming over here, if you want to be, you know, migrating, you need to culturally assimilate yourself to the nation that you're going to be in. You can't just out of nowhere just come and, you know what I mean? Like, that's the problem, is the cultural integration between the West and the East is not cohesive. It doesn't work, and you see examples of that in Europe and the things that are taking place because of the refugees that are coming in. So I don't want that in my nation, and I'm concerned for that. And I think if you're a real patriot Canadian and you're concerned about your sovereignty and your freedom and rights, totally have to stand up against this. You know, the liberal agenda is going to destroy the nation. Canada is full-fledged right now because of Trudeau being our prime minister. So, you know, but let me see here. I'm still getting used to this. I'm actually on my desktop. This is my first time doing YouNow on the desktop, so Are star signs evil? What do you mean by star signs? Astrology? Are you talking about astrology, Nancy? But if you are, I'll save that for the end. You know, I'll just try and keep one thing going. So back to just, and I know this is an issue everywhere. It's an issue in the United States. It's an issue all across the world. I mean, guys, we have to realize that Satan's agenda is to bring in a globalized system. If you look at the Tower of Babel, it says in the Bible that the world had become one. And then when the world becomes one in the way that the Bible says, it's not good. Because the world right now, if they were united, because they are, as the Bible says, fallen, then they're going to have an antichrist agenda in that unity. So the purpose of the consequence of their unity is not going to be productive, okay? It's going to be against God, and as it was in Babylon, okay? So this is something to recognize. And then God comes down, and his solution to this unification is division. He divides, and we've been divided. And we're not going to come together until Christ comes back. That's when we're going to come together. The world before that is going to come together in a false type of unity, and that's not really going to be good at all. It's a false type of globalized system that they're going to create. So I see a lot of flat earth debates. It's always something. There's not a video I do someone doesn't put something. So I've looked at this stuff. I'm open to the concept. I don't investigate it enough to know, and I think in all honesty no one's really going to know for sure, but I know NASA's lying. Actually, to talk about another interesting thing, I know a lot of you people are into this whole Trump thing, but Trump just signed a whole bunch of money over to the Mars missions of NASA. One of the biggest deceptions that are ever going to take place. They're not going to Mars, guys. They're not. That's a big bogus lie. So once again, Trump, he's not telling you it's a lie. He's signing it in, okay? So they're funneling all this money to NASA, the liars. They're going to do Mars missions, and they're probably going to be in these kind of mountainy things up here in Canada. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, what's his name? Is it Truth Media Revolution or ODD TV? One of them just did a video on how Mars, like their Range Rover pictures actually came staged from Canada. Like, it's a joke, guys. So be on guard, be vigilant to that one. The fake Mars mission, they're going to just keep pumping it, and it's going to tie into the fake alien agenda as well. There's going to be, they're prepping that one up as well, that we were created by some Anunnaki alien race from Mars, and that's why when they released the movie, was it Martians? I think it was, or no, the one with can't forget his name there. Just recently, Matt Damon there. That one. He was, they released like, oh, we possibly could have found, life on Mars. Yeah, okay, go sell it to someone else, so. The Martian, was it The Martian? That was the movie, right? Yeah, and he goes to Mars and he can create life on Mars. This is propaganda, okay? This is propaganda from Hollywood, the media, the government through Trump, putting the tax dollars to fund the government-deceived propaganda systems. They're not going to Mars, and it's going to tie into the end-time deception, so be aware of that as well. I don't know if other Christian YouTubers are going to come to you now. I know a lot of guys don't like the camera, so you can't do a video. So I don't know. Well, I guess you could do it with an image and you could do a voice. So maybe. I don't know. I'm trying something new. Why not? Oh yeah, I'm going to plan on doing a lot more interviews and as we go, for sure. Absolutely. Okay, so Casey wants to talk about truthers being censored. It's obviously something I've been wanting to talk about and I've been looking at. So it's YouTubeGate, and what's essentially happening, for those of you who don't know, you might have, if you go in the truth community right now, you've probably seen almost every single truther channel tell you that they're being censored and they're about to be shut down. It's true. For those of you who don't know, I do this as a job. This is our job. Me, A Call for an Uprising, Gons, Face Like the Sun. We have created media and content for the glory of God, and it's become a living to us. This is how we sustain ourselves. And we've become very influential, not us, but social media, public figures, independent, uncontrolled, no strings attached media. And the old media, the old dinosaur, mainstream, irrelevant, libtard media, just ain't having it anymore. They're upset. So they weren't able to beat us by being more, actually attractive in a sense, like making themselves have better arguments so that they would win over the hearts and minds of people or whatever. So now their tactic is complete lies, defamation. They've released a whole onslaught of articles. The Wall Street Journal is like the one that's mainly doing this. They started with PewDiePie. They found videos where he was joking about Nazi, and they're like, look, he's a white supremacist Nazi. What? Really? If they can make PewDiePie out to be a Nazi, could you imagine what the Wall Street Journal article of me is going to look like? Oh my goodness. Like, okay. Then he loses he loses his advertising premiums, and he loses a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Okay, I kind of caught on to something going on there. And that was just the first step. The next step was to do that on a larger scale. So what they started to do is, I covered a video yesterday where there's a guy who does a how-to video for a vest that is supposedly stab-proof, and he stabs to see if it is. It's like a test video. It's a review, a product review video. And then the Daily Mail in the UK takes this video and totally twists it up, says that he's promoting some type of terrorism, and it's horrible. And this is just a normal dude. Like, he's just a normal YouTuber, and like it hurts his career. So, and then what they're doing is, look, the ads are in front, and they're pressuring the advertisers to do this. So overnight, it seems, it took like a week. Ad revenue on YouTube went down 60%. Now, for a channel like me at my size, I can survive that. By the time ads start coming back and whatever, I'll probably be able to still survive. That's my hope. But all the smaller guys, they're done. They're done. They have to find jobs. There are people who ended up doing this as a career, and their handicap, and they now this is their livelihood, and now they're not going to be able to sustain themselves and their families and their kids. And this is just, see, this is a job. Like, YouTube is my job. You guys have jobs and you go to work. Well, the mainstream media just pulled a nasty thing on YouTube. They're jealous, they're envious, they're upset, they're becoming irrelevant, and also they're trying to eliminate, us. They don't want us to communicate or have any type of influence with anyone at any time now. So that's a horrible thing, okay? And it's really sad. So my plan for this, I'm okay, as I'm saying. So I'm creating a website. Brother Alex is downstairs and he's designing it. You can go check it out right now, tvcfearnoevil.com. Ran into a couple bugs and problems, but it's all going to be worked out, and the website will be up, and I'll be there. YouTube will still be here. It's just not going to be a sustainable place for you if you want to speak the truth. And that's a scary thing, because I know a lot of people misinterpret that. I see it in the comment section. They'll say to some of the Christian truthers, oh, you get a job, Guys, you don't understand. You really don't understand. We are in a war of information for the minds and hearts of people. Every day I get up, a call for an uprising gets up, Gons gets up, and we dedicate our entire lives, sometimes 12 hours a day, to editing and creation and research and this kind of stuff right now that I'm doing with you, all day, every day. It's more work now than I've ever worked for in another job, but I love it. It's my passion. But what they're trying to do is make it impossible for guys like us to give ourselves to the cause. Okay, so I would have to go back to work. If I got to work a 40-hour week, let's be real, okay? Humans, I can't produce what I can produce full-time. So what that's going to mean is that those who are pro-LGBT, pro-immigration, pro-everything the mainstream media, Hollywood, and the government says they should be, are going to get the funding, and they're going to be the ones promoted through the algorithms on YouTube. They're literally going to take a generation away. It's already hard enough today for me to break through to that mainstream audience of young people and influence them. It's happening. We're having an effect in a large part because of YouTube, because of the way things are. But they're changing that, and they know that. They know we've gotten too powerful. It goes back to how the elite are trying to control information. We've talked about this a lot on this channel. Over the last 25 years, all they keep on trying to do is control information. That's their agenda, right? So now that social media through Facebook and all this has sprung out, they're going to try and turn our internet that we have today into what China has. Okay, get ready. The next 5 years, 10 years, they're going to be like, this is fake news, this isn't allowed. They're going to police the internet. That's what's coming. Facebook has a fake news alert. People are going to be able to alert my video, and anything they feel like, oh, it's not right, fake news, and fake news is just a little thing that they put on people so that they don't actually critically think, because the brainwash sheet comes along and then he sees the information and he might be interested, and then someone said, the media or someone or a star says, hey, that's fake news, don't listen to that. Oh, really? And then they turn around and they don't actually critically think about it. It's a mind control mechanism to shut down critical thinking on the most important topics that people need to be thinking of. Now, yes, there's fake news out there and you need to use discernment, but it's a huge agenda to shut down public figures like myself who have dedicated ourselves to, doing this. And it's sad. It's really sad, and I was really down the other day. It's hard for me to talk about sometimes. I put my heart and soul into this, so to see kind of this unfairness and that, even though I know it, obviously, biblically, it's still a hard thing to handle, It is George Orwell's. Yes, exactly. Okay, Ruby, precisely. We are moving into 1984 fast. That's why I'm so shocked about this whole YouTubeGate. I always saw it coming. Don't get me twisted on that. I knew that was coming, just not as fast. That's where I'm like, really? Like right now? Well, okay, you got to go with the punches. You got to do what you got to do. But it's coming fast, man. But I think what's going to happen, to be honest, is advertisers will come back to YouTube. Maybe not in full, but to a certain amount. And we already know there's going to be some extreme demonetization things. So, meaning you're not going to be able to talk about hot topics and really, make a living and go far. But what they're doing, this whole thing is to wipe out a whole not lower level, but just guys who haven't made it. I'm lucky. I'm at 500,000 subs, and I'm good enough. I'll survive. But all the guys under me, this was to sweep them out. Now the next one, I might get swept out. I may not make the next one next year or the year after. Okay, because they're going to keep doing this until the only media that remains is the one that they say this is the credible media, and you don't listen to anything else but them. Everything else is fake news. Get ready for it, okay? We're going into 1984. We're going into a completely different world. YouTube used to be broadcast yourself. They took that off, by the way. It's no longer get on here and broadcast yourself. They don't want that anymore. They want to show you what you should watch. That's why they're now creating YouTube Red, because it's being remodified from a platform where you could come and share free expression to you just sit down and, like a Netflix, we'll push what we deem good on you. And that's sad, because YouTube, I don't know if you've realized this freedom, this platform, this media, alternative media that's come out of this freedom that we've had on the internet, has literally done amazing things in waking up the masses. And it's a powerful weapon. And that's why they're attacking it. That's why they don't want it. That's why it's like public enemy number one right now. They have a lot of agendas coming up down the pipeline. Okay, so this is what they want to stop first. Because if, let's say they start doing hoaxes and false flags and this and that, when a call for an uprising and everyone can't say anything, you know how easy it is for them to get away with their stuff? That's why they're coming after us. Okay, once they silence us, this is a weapon. Okay, this microphone God gave me is a weapon. Don't ever, not everyone has that. I have a gift of speech, call for an uprising, other people. These are weapons, guys. We need this. This is free speech. This is powerful. And I'm even for other people who don't have same views sharing their views. We should have free expression. We need to. Okay, even if those views opposed. We got to stop being so offended that everything that we don't agree with is automatically hate speech. And then you should go and be charged and put in jail. So it's just sucks, but this isn't our world. I know Satan is working in this world, and that's what it is. And that's what it, tell you the truth, I get up every day and I've been fighting Satan, and maybe that's why it's been hard lately, because it's like, this is a spiritual attack, this is maybe you guys seeing it from the back end. It completely just side smashed you, it's a spiritual attack. The enemy is really mad. He's making big moves right now, really bigger than usual. It's almost like when I used to look at the enemy and how he was bringing in this agenda, he would kind of work in the background. Now he literally came out and took a punch at us, literally that. Oh, I felt it, and yeah, hard. And probably a lot more straight up haymakers coming down the line, and more of them. He's becoming more bold. The world's allowing him to roam and to gain dominion in their hearts and in their minds and in their communities, and the churches are falling apart and the world is falling into immorality. I mean, I hate to be negative Nancy, but that's the reality. And they've given authority to Satan, and that's why we're seeing these things happen, People right now are, and this is another issue that I wanted to talk about, are literally being told that their information is going to be sold by corporations and telecom companies. You think people are going to revolt? You think people are really going to do something? There'll be a couple articles, couple videos here and there. But do you think people are really going to do something? No. We're at that point in society, and they know it. They know it. They're not dumb. They know exactly that people will just allow this kind of stuff now. So when you have an enemy like us who's just kind of laying down and not doing anything to defend itself, Yeah, might as well, you know. Hey Josh, nice to see you, man. Pray you're doing well, man. But so that's the censorship. I don't want you guys to be deceived, like, or not deceived, but misunderstand what I'm saying by the censorship. Like, I'm still going to be out here. You guys won't see it. So what I'm going to try and do as much as possible with sharing this and conveying this to you the best way I can is, like, you have to understand there's a behind the scenes thing that's going on here that people like you who are more the viewer don't see, and people like me, a call, and the content creators we do see. There's a different world. And that's what I'm going to try and help you to see. And I'm telling you, there's censorship. I've been saying it for a couple years. If you go back, it's actually interesting. You can find Christian truthers talking about censorship now for 4 years. And now everyone's talking about it. Okay. We knew it was there. It's just now it's busting through because everyone's feeling it. At first, only we were. Now it's anyone. Listen, guys, you can be an atheist and disagree with feminism, disagree with the New World Order, disagree with the LGBT, and they're still going to censor you. It doesn't matter now. It's just literally, you have to fulfill the agenda. You have to be a politically correct, really, just anyone who's controversial is now hateful. You're not allowed in our society to have controversial opinions. Yeah, it's going to make for a great society. Poor kids. Poor kids. Yeah, you know, Casey says they don't censor the genderless alien. Something interesting about that. I have a video criticizing the genderless alien. I'm having him on my show. Like, not that I'm buddy-buddy with him, but I'm going to be respectful, and I don't have a problem with Vinny. We're going to be, you know, able to have a communication and disagree on things, and they demonetize my video about him. I can't even make a video, even though the guy doesn't have a problem with me, and he's going to come on my show. I don't know. It's just crazy. It is 1984. Totally. That's, you know. And I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you, because I'm a straight up Christian, and you know me more than ever. You can always expect me to come and be real and honest with you. Okay. I'm a content creator for YouTube. So when we make a video, the video has potential to make revenue or not. Now, what they're doing is they're putting in very strict monetization, you know, restrictions. So if I'm going to be talking about the LGBT in a way that is not, yay, gays, I'm gay, gay is great. If I say, hey, you know what, I don't agree with that lifestyle, I'm a Christian, the Bible says it's a sin, well, no, demonetized. Islam, if I don't be like, hey, be tolerant of everyone, Islam is a religion of peace, I can monetize that view. But if I say, you know what, I've looked at the Quran, I've studied it, I think it's I'm critical of many things, you know what, I don't think it's a religion of peace, I think it's a false preacher, can't monetize that. And on these things go on. And I'll be honest with you. You don't think it tempts me not to talk about those things when I know that I can make more money? I'll be honest, I'm a fleshly person. Put yourself in my shoes. You know you'll make money one way and you won't the other. So there's a battle. You know, I got to be like, do I do the right? I got to battle the flesh and the spirit, you know? And it sucks. It sucks that they're going to do that. And I know that shouldn't be. I wish they should be funded. Free speech should be completely funded. It's such a stupid thing where the corporations want to like, oh, I'm protecting my brand by not putting it in front of hate speech instead of I'm promoting free speech. Like, what's up with the corporations? Don't they recognize that our countries were all about, you know, that? So, but I'm just saying that, guys, because it's a real struggle. I'm telling you from the back end of things. We're all human, and I guarantee every single one of you would also be faced with that. And they're putting that up. It's like a little carrot on the stick there. They're like, okay, well, if you talk about this, you'll make money. But if you don't, you won't get money, okay? Now, I'm a Christian. I'm sold out to Jesus. I'm not in this for money, okay? Other people who maybe aren't Christian, maybe they're going to stop talking about feminism being a bad thing. And you know what? We need more voices, even if they're not all Christians, you know, to speak out on that stuff. But now they're not going to be so motivated to do that at all, you know? So the feminist ideology will go unchallenged as much as it does today. And that's dangerous. So it's stuff like that. We're just going to see a new environment that's going to kind of be birthed in the next 2 years. And it's going to lead into a controlled internet. And Gon's predicted this. And he came out, I think it was a year and a half ago. Video about Google, how they were going to rank certain things. This is a long agenda. This has been going on for a long time. I thought it was going to be slower than this, as I said, but it's coming in full-fledged. 1984. Here we go. George Orwell. They must have some stuff planned. I mean, again, I'm not trying to fearmonger or anything, but I just feel like if they're coming after free speech, it's because they want to shut us up, because they're going to try and pull some stuff. And they wouldn't be able to pull it off right now if we're out here, you know, exposing them as they go along. So, we'll see. Amen. It is the world before the flood, you know. Talk about Onision. Onision is a lost soul, as, you know, anyone is. And I don't even say that in a way to try and put him down. So was I. And hey, I'm a Christian right now, and I'm no better. I'm a wretched piece of garbage anyway. The only thing that makes me have anything is Jesus. It's Jesus, and that's it. And Onision can have that. You can have that. Anyone can have that. Doesn't make me any more special. Okay, it's all about the amazing Messiah that I've just given myself to. He doesn't have that, and he's really apart from God. And because of that, it causes him to have these ideologies and worldviews and things like that are destructive, and he's very ignorant and doesn't really actually know what's going on. But you know, I pray for him. I hope he comes to truth, and I'm still challenging him to a debate. Onision, anytime, anytime, my friend. I'll have you on my show, and we'll talk anytime. But you won't come. You'll never come. He won't come. No. And not because I'm anything special. It's just that I got God. I got the truth. And God gave me some skill with these words. Like, I can articulate a little bit with some skill. And he'd be embarrassed, quite honestly. And he knows it. And that's why he's not coming. Tweet that to him. Do it. If you go in his comment section and you try and tell him to come and challenge me or be interviewed by me, he'll block you. He knows who I am. Scared of me. He has nightmares about me. Oh, he wakes up all sweaty, like, oh, I had a dream where I actually, like, ended up on the Vigilant Christian channel, and oh my goodness, he made me look like I actually am, and that was embarrassing. I'm too smart. I'm just going to shine a light of truth on him, and that would be really embarrassing for him. Pray you guys are doing good today. What am I drinking? It's not good. Tim Hortons. It's what we drink in Canada. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? So we've talked about the issue that's going on with immigration, cultural identity, how the New World Order agenda kind of... okay, what else? There was something else. I'm talking about censorship. Someone says the Alex Jones. There's probably some Joners, some Alex Jones, InfoWars, Kool-Aid drinkers in the crowd. But if you can't see that Alex Jones is controlled opposition, my friend, in my opinion, that guy is so clearly. You do not just walk into Bohemian Grove. No. And if you believe that, you might as well be an Eskimo, and I'm going to try and sell some ice to you, because it's just too easy. Walks into Bohemian Grove. No, that's called special access to position him perfectly in the position of controlled opposition, because they already foresaw information breaking free. They're on top of this. The movement of resistance is not led by an actual guy with integrity. It's led by a Zionist shill, in my opinion. So. Oh, he's a carefully placed agent. They had him all set up. Yep, half-truths. That's how they do it. Anonymous, too. Okay, Anonymous, that was the dumbest thing. That might have been actually started by a truther, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, some guy on the internet was like, oh, great, I'm going to put on this mask. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was literally them from the beginning. But that's dumb, okay? Think about it. You literally just gave it to the CIA, to the feds. Like, all they have to do is put on an anonymous mask, and all of a sudden they can become controlled opposition. Like, that is golden platter, here you go. Or silver platter. Most of this stuff, most of these guys you see on Fox and they get on CNN and stuff, you know. Now it might be a little different with this YouTubeGate. They're talking about, they're just slandering YouTubers for the fun of it. That's a bit different. But like, Alex Jones goes on, you know, interviews. And Dicey too, Mr. Marky Dicey. And the Anonymous shows up. Come on. You don't just get on mainstream media, okay? Yojo, show us Yojo. Where are you, Yojo? It's kind of hard because I'm like in the office. The kitties are downstairs. Andrew's asking, and I get this a lot about Anita Fuentes. I really wouldn't have enough information on her. So, you know, I don't want to cast judgments just like first glance. Even at that, I mean, unless she was teaching something, I would not make a judgment until I got to know her, you know. The only thing you should judge by YouTube is teachings, not characters, okay? Because it's hard to judge character over the internet. You can totally misinterpret someone's character over a TV screen. But their theology, if they're out there and they're saying this and that, I mean, you can test that. That just makes sense, right? So, but what's this guest thing? Does this? Why do I have guest? Can someone explain what a guest is? Is that thing where I can like bring someone on? Is that like people that want to come on? Or I don't even know. I'm talking about the you now thing. Oh, I can bring you on. You want to come on, Brandon? Or Brand? Is it Brandon? There you go, brother. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hear you. Hold on a second. I might have to switch something up.
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you. Yeah. Hey, brother. How's it going?
What up?
How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, brother. So is it Brandon or Brad?
Brandon.
Oh, all right, bro.
I just had that as my username, so it got
Oh,
confused.
okay, cool. Sweet. So this is cool. So I can like bring on a whole bunch of you guys too, eh? So we could like do like podcasts. That'd be sweet. So how are you, brother? What do you want to discuss? You're on YouTube now. You're on the TVC channel. There's hundreds of people watching you. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. This is just disgusting. Like, that's the best word, disgusting.
Sorry, you're. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but you're a bit cutting in and out. Hello?
Hello?
There we go. You're like cutting in and out. What was that, brother?
The YouTubeGate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad because, like, I don't know if you know this, but I got saved on YouTube. Like, I came across a video. I was, like, so into the new age, and then I came across a YouTube video. So they want to remove that. So, like, the next generation of kids is literally going to have nowhere to go but, like, Netflix, Hollywood, whatever they pump down their throat, you know? So it's, like, it sucks. It's crazy.
I know. It's really like the best word to describe it is disgusting. Like it's taking away people's rights. Like we have freedom of speech for a reason.
Yeah, but that's the like sly thing that they're doing, right? It's like they're like, oh, you're still allowed to speak. They haven't gone to the point of censoring, you know, like completely like that. But their approach to demonetize, that's what they're doing. They're defunding. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how this media information war works, and they just want to defund, you know, their opposition. So it's shady. It's super shady.
What else is there? Oh, someone in the comments was asking what happened. They sold the fame section or something.
Sorry?
They said what happened. They said what happened in that category, and like they sold their soul for fame. I guess.
Oh, okay, so yeah. So I've got like a whole bunch. What happened with YouTube? So there's probably people wondering about a couple projects of mine. So there was they sold their soul for fame and fortune and Bible study through the entire Bible. What happened with the YouTube thing is I've got to revamp now, you know? So like originally I planned to put up all my content on YouTube. Now that's got to all change. So what I've done is I'm going to be doing it on the website. So if you want those, you'll have to be patient with me too there. There's only so much that I can produce, but they'll probably even be in article format. I'm starting to write more because on a website, I don't know, I like writing, and I don't know, I may be doing more like live podcast stuff and like writing articles, and I don't know, I'm going to have to do something different. It's not going to be YouTube, so it's like a different format that I'm going to be taking. So you'll have to come and check that out on basically my YouTube channels, except my main one, are going to be shut down, and I'm going to just be working on tvcfearnoevil.com and building it from there, because that's my platform. You know,
I think it's messed up that people like that are disabled. What are they going to do? Like people do that. Like people do YouTube for their income. Like that are disabled. What are they going to do?
Oh, they're done.
Live off
it's
the
crazy.
That the government might them.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. Like I said, I'm okay. Financially, like YouTube did very well for me, so I'm gonna survive. But other guys won't. They're done. You know, and that's it. So that means less videos are going to be made about, you know, these topics and stuff like that, and there's going to be more videos made about the opposing views out there. So, you know, that's always really, really bad. But this is pretty sweet. Yeah. I got
Sometimes
some other. What's that?
Sometimes I laugh when I watch how like I laugh because it's so disturbing. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I just laugh. It's not funny, but I don't know how else to.
Yeah, how else to like even interpret it? It's just so crazy.
How I feel. So like.
Yeah. Well, I always saw it coming. Like when I got on the internet, right off the bat, I knew that they were messing up our view count. Like immediately, that was already happening. So, you know, this is not a surprise. Now it's just everyone's being affected, and they're changing YouTube. Like I'm gonna do a documentary, and I'll show you. Like they have a whole new format. It's gonna look all different. It's gonna be, they're bringing in cable TV, so they're bringing in television. So like people left to come to YouTube because they didn't want mainstream television. They didn't want cable TV. Now YouTube's deciding to bring that stuff back and replace independent content creators like ourselves for the created, safe, advertiser-friendly content. But that's garbage. That's the mind control. That's what I've been exposing forever. So they want to shut out any critical thinking and replace it with nothing but propaganda, nothing but mind control. And it's just I don't, it's gonna hurt YouTube. YouTube will die if YouTube attempts to become something like that. They're dumb, because no one goes to YouTube for that. Like we're all gonna, like everyone's gonna go with their favorite content creators to the new platforms, and just it's gonna die. But I honestly don't think they care. I think YouTube has been a major threat to the elite because it's an information war. And YouTube's the one place where people can get funded to go ahead and go. I've been funded to go to war against them. You know what I mean? So that's powerful. They don't want that. They want me back at work, not focused, not able to give myself fully to the cause, you know, while they work day and night and are fully funded, and, you know, so.
Yep. And what am I gonna say? I don't even remember.
What's that? I'll try and bring on some other people. Let's see.
On my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and bring on another guest right now. Hold up. Let's see if this works. Can I bring like 3? Make a guest. All right. Or no, never mind. All right. Anyone have any questions?
Hey, I'm gonna let you bring someone else on because the band didn't even like hear what you're saying.
All right, brother. Yeah, it's like slowing down. I have a hard time hearing you too. Great talking to you though, bro. We'll see you. Take care. Why do I look so young? I don't know. I'm 31. I do have the baby face. I've always had a baby face. That's not a bad thing. And I've kept my hair. Most of my friends are like bald, and that makes you look like really old. So a baby face with hair, I'm okay. Yeah, I am young, 31. I don't know. I'm kind of old. I'm like in the middle. Or, no, halfway in the middle. I don't know. But, yeah, so that was pretty cool. Do I cut my own hair? No, my mom is a hairdresser. So, she does a good job, I think. I don't put anything in it either. Just natural. Baby face squad. Why did my parents give me the name Mario? It was my grandpa's, well, my grandpa's name was Emery, and they used to call him Emerio, well, in French, Emerio, and my mom just somehow got Mario out of that, and then Super Mario came out a month later, the month after, so, it's a me, Mario. Got some. I'm still trying to figure out how this whole you now thing like works, but I'm getting a lot of people coming in, but that's good. Glad to see you're all up in here. I don't know where Luigi is. I've been looking for Luigi forever. I mean, everyone keeps asking me. Might as well stop asking me. Long time ago, him and Princess left. I haven't heard from them. I'm upset over it. I'll get over it. I'm okay. But just, you gotta stop bringing up Luigi because I just can't take it. Okay? It's too much hurt there. So just stop. Yes, I obviously did hear of Lucifer, the TV series. I did a video. I mean, talk about making the devil out to be a cool dude. That's all that is. You gotta make him into Mr. Casanova. You know, Mr. Boss Man. It's just stupid. So. Yeah, Luigi's gone. He took Princess, too. He's a betrayer. He's a Judas, that Luigi. Can't trust him. I'm telling you. Just him and Princess hopped on Yoshi and took off into the sunset, and I never saw them again. I've been heartbroken since. No matter how much magic mushrooms I eat or magic stars, it doesn't heal the pain. Mario, it's amazing. Yeah, he is. Mario, yeah, he's got the black and white checkerboard floor. Yeah. I'm hoping to find a new princess. A new princess. Yeah, I did hear about Lady Gaga's perfume that was inspired by semen and blood. You're talking about that one? The reason that she did that is if you know about satanic ritualistic sex magic, as taught by Lester Crowley, that's part of what they do. So that's why that she made that sick, twisted, semen, blood-inspired female perfume. You know you are worshiping the devil and your brain is rotted when... How's my loneliness? I don't know. I mean, up and down. It'll be nice when I have a companion, or if I ever do have a companion. But I have you guys till then, and I keep busy with God, so I don't really notice it as much, I guess. Yeah, you can lucid dream and, you know, be a Christian. I've had lucid dreams. It's just that you don't want to be, like, intentionally doing that. I wouldn't recommend that. All right, so what else? Let me see. I guess while I got you here, I can pull out some of the stuff I wanted to talk about. What can we talk about? So I don't know if you guys know, but I did an expose on The Shack. It's a quote-unquote Christian movie and book. So if you haven't seen that expose, I definitely recommend that you check it out. I was pretty shocked to see that that's actually being passed off as Christian. It's totally not. There is definitely a doctrine and a theology that's being presented, even though the author denies that. Yeah, check out the expose. It's totally crazy. I mean, he basically has Oprah Winfrey as God. Like, no joke. No. But it's a black woman. Not that I care about the race, but it's just, you don't make an image out of God. Okay? It's the second command. So, it's called The Shack, and I've done an expose recently this week. So you can check that out if you want. You know. Hey, thanks, Lone Wreck. Awesome. Have I heard about the perks of being a wallflower being taught in school? Nope. Don't know what that is. A wallflower? Isn't that like someone who just chills on the wall? I don't know. So, I don't know. It's a book. It's a horrible movie. Hey, we'll bring in Catherine. There you go. Catherine, you want to come hang out? I'll probably be getting off pretty soon because I am hungry. Or maybe Catherine doesn't want to come on. I kind of just... I don't know how this works.